What up, though? Welcome to Real Bar Talk, Milwaukee's realest podcast. I'm your host, Tori C, Mr. Unpopular Opinion, beer drinker amongst beer drinkers. I would like to bring to you my co-host today.
Notorious Kaci, you already know what it is.
Well, let's go ahead and move on into things. First, before we do anything, I want to take the time to thank our listeners. Our listeners that are located in Milwaukee, our hometown, our home base.
414.
Then we have listeners out in San Jose, California,
Hey.
Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chi-Town,
Hey.
ATL, baby,
Home too, okay.
Columbia, Missouri,
We thank y'all.
and across the waters over there in Sweden.
Damn. Really?
We'll be at this location, so it's nearest you. Well, let's go on to happy hour. Bessie, tell me about your week.
Pretty smooth week. I didn't do much again. Pretty relaxed, chill. Yet productive. We getting shit done for the new house. I'm so proud. Like, I got a man that's actually getting shit done. It makes me feel all good inside. I know, right? But, yeah. So, had a great weekend. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great.
What'd you do?
Nothing too real exciting. Well, during the week, I'll start there because you got to get through the week till you get to the weekend.
I be looking forward to the damn weekend. My weeks be like,
You
work. I be work, shit, work, baby, work, sleep, work. Can I get some fucking sleep? Work. So shit, I don't do shit during the week.
So you're just trying to get to the weekend.
That's it. But how was your week? We'll start with your week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to the weekend. My bad.
There you go. Nah. How was your week? Shit.
Now, throughout the week, my wife wants to move into a bigger house, so we out house hunting.
Okay.
The only problem with it is I hate fucking salesmen. Can't stand them.
Why?
Because they always in your shit trying to get you to buy something you don't want to buy. Now, we went and looked at this house, and I'm kind of a stickler. If I got to pay for it for the next 30 years, it's got to be something I want. I mean, I'm just crazy like that.
So y'all taking out a mortgage, y'all going to buy a home?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
So I'm looking at the house, and one is right by hospital, St. Joseph's,
Okay.
on 49th Street.
Oh, y'all gonna be our neighbor.
Yeah, so all the traffic flying up and down through there and stuff, and then one-way street.
You an old ass man. Ain't nobody flying
Look,
down the street.
if I gotta be there the next 30 years, guess what? I'm gonna live in the house until God called me to glory.
Okay,
so therefore, I don't want to be dealing with y'all cousins and them all flying up and down the street. Nah, I don't know them.
Okay.
Now I'm from a different breed.
Oh, okay.
I'm light skinned.
Child. All right.
House nigga.
For sure, and I'm not fucking cracker.
So we've been dealing with that, going back and forth with her, what she want, what I want. I just really want I just want a big yard, and I want to stay on a quiet street. Them the only two requirements.
That's it.
That's it for me. I can work around anything else, but I'm not staying on no busy street, and I'm not having no small yard.
Okay, I can deal with those. Those are fair because I don't want no small kitchen.
Now, her, on the other hand, everything got to be, to the T, exactly what she want. She got to have 3 bathrooms for what?
Kitchen, the bathroom. I mean, those are the most important things that I look at.
I keep reminding her the more rooms she get, the more cleaning she going to have to do. But
I mean, there's also you to help.
Huh?
And there are children to help.
Well, yeah, she got the kids.
Okay.
Kids is good to have.
You to help.
Me to do what?
Pick up behind yourself.
Wasn't in my vows.
I seen a little snippet of what was in your damn vows.
That's right. And it didn't say nothing about cleaning, did it?
It didn't say nothing about nothing because from what I seen, you got bust out. That shit wasn't in your vows.
Again, I asked, who bestie are you?
Yours, but okay, we real around this bitch. So
getting sick of your shit, you know that, right?
Okay.
I also went to they have a local Milwaukee podcast music battle. I got a chance to go there.
What is that about for those that don't know? Because I know what it is.
So basically what it is 2 podcasts go up against each other, and they get to pick songs based off a category, and the judges say which song actually fit that category.
Okay.
So, I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but it's actually a good time. It's, you get to hear some of the old school jams, some stuff to make your head nod, and then some of the questions kind of make you go, But it was a good time altogether. Okay. What got me was, one category was a New Jack Swing.
Okay.
And I'm going to deem this as a bit of a controversy within this battle because one podcast picked Michael Jackson, Remember the Time.
Okay.
For the category of New Jack Swing. And then the other one picked Bruno Mars and Cardi B, that song Finesse.
New Jack Swing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So both of those songs got disqualified and kind of canceled each other out. And we sitting there looking like, huh? Well, I don't. What is the definition of New Jack Swing? So, like you always tell me, do your Googles.
Do your damn Googles.
I went on Google, and it said New Jack Swing. The definition is pop music usually performed by black musicians that combines elements of jazz, funk, rap, and R&B.
Okay.
Those songs both fit, so I'm kind of confused as to why they got thrown out. But either way, it wasn't even close. I'll even shout them out. Shout out to Tech File for taking that win. They came.
Out to Technical File.
They came with it. My boy Tim shocked the world when they had Current Turn Up songs and Boot Up started playing, so everybody was confused until T-Pain hit the mic.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you know what it turned into then.
Make them bottom, toot up.
Mm-hmm.
Make them bottom, toot up. Okay. I could see that, because that would have been me turned up.
Yeah. Everybody, like, you could have heard a Rat Piss on Cotton when it first came on. Like, what the fuck? This ain't no damn turn up music till T-Pain jumped on there.
Not really, but it can be.
That's because you want to be in the bedroom humping and stuff. Everybody ain't like you.
Oh, God.
I'd rather do it to some Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Get your senior citizen do-up having ass. That old geriatric do-up y'all doing over here.
Look.
Man, keep it spicy.
She ain't going nowhere.
Okay, she not. She better not. We'll kill her.
That's correct.
All right.
Okay, well, I guess
we did not say that.
Oh, yes, we did. The only way she leave me is in a pine box. She said till death do us part, and goddamn it, that's what I want. She gonna pay what she owe.
That's right. It's cheaper to keep it anyway.
So, bar tab for this week. Keep it moving along. You started last week, so I start this week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Little disclaimer before I start this, because this is a touchy subject for most people. I am not taking anybody's side in this. My bar tab is exactly about what it is. My bar tab. All right, about a week ago,
you money.
we saw a legend, and Bill Cosby get sentenced 3 to 10 years, state prison.
Uncle Nasty ass Bill.
Yeah, America's dad.
Freak ass Bill.
Yeah.
Freaky. Pudding pop Bill. Pill Bill.
Okay, that's enough. All right, let's stop tarnishing the man's.
I'm not tarnishing anything. Shit. Okay. It is what it is. Call a spade a spade.
Bill got caught with his hand in the cookie jar and was recently sentenced. Now, Bill's guilt or innocence is not going to be discussed on this show because everybody has their own take on it. I will say this. I felt there was something funny from the jump about the case. I felt it was something funny about how the case was manufactured, how the case came to light, and with all the way to the sentencing of said case.
Okay.
So, my bar tab today, the person that owes me money, will be Judge Stephen T. O'Neill.
The judge in the case.
The judge in the case.
Okay, that's different.
A whole lot of people are going to be, well, Bill got what he deserves. I'm like, did he really? Should Bill have went to jail for what he did? I agree. But at this stage, in his health condition, could he have been remanded to a medical facility or maybe even to his own home? That's up for public opinion. Some people say yes, some people say no. In this case, I'm going to say I don't really believe so. Because at this point in his life, he's not that much of a threat to anybody, even though he was when he did those said things. Right. Or allegedly, I don't know if he did them or not. Y'all bringing up a deposition that was supposed to be sealed. So, I mean, he never went in the courtroom and said, I did what I did. So, whatever.
And I was looking for that, too, because a lot of people were saying he said he did it. And I was using my Googles, and I did not see anywhere.
The only thing he admitted to was in a closed deposition. But again, that's not what we're discussing because we don't want everybody crying on us saying we're supporting a rapist.
I ain't supporting that shit.
What I am supporting is humanity. Now, I am going to say, for all of you most of you that scream, oh, Bill needs to be in jail, y'all need to think of the women. Y'all are some of the same people that are always screaming, free my nigga such and such, or no snitching. So, if y'all can say that, then I have the right to say what I'm about to say. Bill was 81 years old. The man is legally blind. Has all sorts of health conditions. Was he really that much of a threat to put him in a state prison for 3
He in
years?
there
I do
throwing
not
hot
believe
dog
so.
buns at this man and shit. He falling downstairs. This shit is fucking sad as a bitch, dog. Like, I read that shit, and there go my sense of humor is all sorts of fucked up. But just imagine Bill Cosby getting a hot dog bun thrown at his head and shit. Go ahead, my bad.
Okay, well, we'll go back. Cosby was found guilty on 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault.
Kill Bill.
Drugging and sexually assaulting, what's her name? Andrea Constand.
I don't know them hoes.
That's the one that they got out.
The one that looked like a man?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that they were able to put file charges on 7 days before the statute of limitation ran out. That was already questionable to me.
A week before?
They hurried up and put it in, so the statute of limitation didn't run out on her. She's actually the one that really brought this together to get him put in jail.
That's why he's down, so he's not in for Janice Dickerson and all the other heifers that came out.
Statute of limitations that ran out on her.
So 3 to 10 years for this one bitch, the man.
Well, basically, it's a RICO case that's unofficially a RICO case. Kind of like, OJ got away with murder, but then they caught him on robbery. So when they got him, they gave him the max because he got away with the damn. I mean, they always gonna get us. They are always gonna get us. But
but in this situation, if he did it, like I said, he deserves it. But like you said, the humane thing to do was to put him in lockup, but I was thinking more so like house arrest or something like that, or
a medical facility. And my reason for saying that is
that
so
really
often
punishment.
we see people of a little brighter color go shoot up schools. And what do the judges say?
White people.
Oh,
he
well,
was just out of his mind.
He's troubled and stuff at home. Put him in a mental health facility. But not Judge O'Neill. Judge Stephen O'Neill thought differently. So there was some digging done by Camille Cosby and her team about Judge O'Neill. And they actually asked him to recuse himself from the case a week prior to him sentencing Bill. The reason being is Judge O'Neill was a rival of the former district attorney and key witness in Cosby's case, Bruce Castor. Bruce Castor stated that the case had lack of evidence when he was the district attorney. He testified it also again in the 2016 pretrial about his pledge not to prosecute Cosby.
Okay.
So now you have the original district attorney saying that there's not enough evidence and we're not going to prosecute him. But because this was a rival of the judge who he did not like and who he did not, want to deal with,
right?
He said, I don't find that binding under the current DA, Kevin Steele. So because you're not the DA anymore, who gives a fuck what you think? We're going to go through with this case. Now, the judges, relationship with Castor kind of stems from their Republican nominations back in 98, 99, which O'Neill lost when they were running for district attorney. So O'Neill already was upset at this former district attorney. O'Neill decided he wanted to prosecute this case anyway.
Okay.
And then when it came down to the sentencing, despite everybody's recommendations of Cosby being either put in a mental health facility or being allowed to be out on bail in house arrest in his own home until an appeal got together, he rushed him off to jail.
Okay.
Stating that Cosby was a violent sexual predator. But yet,
as if he's still 81 years old, still out here raping bitches still.
He couldn't even see a chick to rape. Yes.
Like, he can't even see the pussy. And y'all sitting up here thinking that he's still a threat. No, I don't necessarily agree with it, but.
So my problem is not so much as the outcome of Cosby going to jail. Should he have gone to jail? Like I said, that's anybody's opinion. But in the form,
guilty, then yes.
In the form of how things were handled, and we know that if Cosby was of a different complexion, things may have been slightly different.
It would have been because they letting those colored people, white people off for touching kids. So it's like, I see it all the time. So a man raped a little boy in the YMCA bathroom, but we just gave him 30 days probation. Because he didn't have intercourse
Or what was that,
with
2
him.
years
And
ago?
it's just stupid.
That college guy raped
Uh-huh.
a girl, and the
they
judge
told
said
him
he didn't want
him to get a harsh sentence because he's so good and this and
didn't want to mess up his record.
what the fuck? Like
Right.
shit like that. It burns me up. But then it's like, that's society. That's the society that we live in today. And it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up.
As much as we say, we've overcame, we're not living back in, our grandparents' days. We're smack dab in the middle of them.
We right there.
Call it what you want.
We still right there. Police flinging little black girls to the ground, macing them, pepper spraying them, and it's just crazy. But I don't want to veer off. But yeah, I think that judge does owe you some money.
Yeah, I mean, there's some fishy stuff about this case. There's some fishy stuff about the sentencing, but it's even fishier that you had a personal rivalry going on and you felt not the need to recuse yourself from the case.
Right.
Or you didn't feel it was relative to the case, that one of the key witnesses and old district attorneys was a guy you hated.
Right.
That beat you out for a job you wanted. Judge T. O'Neill, you owe the bar some money.
Pay up, bitch. That's all I got to say.
All right, what you got?
Honestly, I don't know how much money this bitch gonna end up owing.
Who?
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, you got Nicki Minaj again.
Fucking again.
Oh, my goodness. Now what she do?
Honestly, I'm quite tired of this bitch, but it comes to my attention that my girl, and it's always centered around Cardi B, I'm going to go to bat for her because this has become my best friend that she don't even know yet. But we best friends, bitch.
Told you last week Cardi B stole you too. Got her for being a barb, but now she
Listen, I ain't never been no fucking barb, and I told your ass that last time. I ain't never been no barb. However, Cardi... Okay, I don't know if you heard the story, but Cardi was in a strip club in Brooklyn, Angels or whatever, and her friends got into it with some other brides, and it ended up being a brawl. Some chairs were thrown. You've been in a bar brawl, seen one, whatever. Not been, active in one, but you've seen one. Whether or not you were a part of it, we're not going to discuss right now. But Cardi didn't need to be discussed either. And I'm sick of Nicki Minaj sticking her fucking nose in everybody's fucking business who she feels is a threat to her. So basically, she had two bitches that was in the bar, in that strip club at the time, on her show. I'm not even going to say the fucking show. But she had them on her radio show. Y'all can find
Nicki Minaj got a radio show?
See, you ain't even know. Fuck that bitch. So... Anyway, she had two of the girls that was involved in that shit on the show because she knew that they would talk about Cardi B and the whole situation, which they did. So she had a rat. A rat had two other rats on the fucking show. And they basically said what happened, name dropped Cardi. And so now Cardi had to surrender herself to NYPD.
Wait, she had two chicks snitch on her?
Pretty much. She's an informant at this point. She's a rat. Goodness. Right. So run me my money. You talk the talk, but you not even about that fucking life. You so fucking bitter. You trying to pull everybody against this woman. Like, it's ridiculous. We already know she hollers at other artists and say, I won't work with you if you work with her. That's her MO. So now this,
Nicki Minaj is not that damn big to be talking about who she ain't gonna work with. It only take a year or two.
She told, I think she told like Meek Mill not to work with Future or some shit like that. Like she won't do a project with you if you fuck with Cardi. And that's just what she has going on right now.
Is she offering to sleep with these folks or what? Because I can't see.
Who knows?
I mean, Nicki Minaj come to me and tell me I won't work with you if you work with this person. I'm like, who is
you? You would care
your last album was terrible.
Because at some point she was popping.
Yeah, at some point, a lot of artists was popping at some point. Where are they now? They make shows about the shit. Where are they now?
She's real fucking bitter, if you ask me. And right now, she owe me so much motherfucking money because of that.
Well, she owe you a lot because this is the third week you had her on there.
Cardi had to surrender herself, and she's gonna be charged. It's just misdemeanor charges for like reckless endangerment and she'll get like a random ticket or whatever, but she doesn't have to do jail time or no
shit
like that. But it's just the point. And then I don't know if you've seen the mugshot of the girl that's been going around. She in jail right now. She strapped as a bitch.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they got the memes attached to her. So I just found out doing my Googles that that's actually Cardi B's friend, and I don't know if she has something to do with that incident. That's what I'm saying.
Because, I would like to say that, she fine and all, but then I find out she stabbed her man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the part that's left out. I don't know if I started following her on IG. Her name is like *_brim5 or something like that. But I don't know why she's in there. But scrolling through her IG, she has pictures of her and Cardi. Like, they are friends. If this...
She got almost 500,000 followers.
Nigga.
How you do that from prison?
You think she don't? I went through the pictures, but she was a fly-ass bitch before she even went in. Oh, my Lord.
Look at this picture.
Hell yeah. And I looked.
Where can I send some money at so I can put something on the books?
You gonna get fucked up. Hey, if this podcast comes to an end soon, y'all know why. My bestie. Okay, but nah, I started following her. And it says if you want to write her, it's an address there and everything.
Shit, she got her Google.
Yeah, she got that shit popping.
GoFundMe set up. Okay.
So I went to her page and they were actually friends. So I'm like, I wonder if that incident has something to do to why she's in jail.
So what we're gonna do is, because Real Bar Talk is a community advocates, and we are a podcast of the people.
That's right.
What we
care about the people.
Mm-hmm. Go into our trust fund and we'll send some money to.
That's right. Cause baby girl gotta keep this up. This ass. I know she in there eating plenty hookups, unless they got some good shit.
As a married man, I'm not focused on her, physical appearance.
That's not what I'm talking about. I just said that I think that she would want to keep that up, because me as a woman, I wouldn't want that to go to waste while I'm around a whole bunch of bitches. Like, they can't do nothing with all of that.
But I still want to know what she did, because, if she crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I really want to know, back to my bar tab, I really want to fucking know if her snitching, what is that called? When niggas sideways hating shit.
Oh, dry snitching?
Dirty macking, dry snitching, all of that shit. I wonder if her having those two bitches on there, if that has something to do with Cardi having to come forward and them having more proof on her. But nonetheless, bitch, you owe me. So pay up. Barbs. Ugly ass bitch. Nicki Minaj pisses me off.
What? Look.
I like her, but she is just pissing me off.
She's
miserable. She's miserable.
Maybe she might be miserable. If your albums was flopping, nobody gave a fuck about you.
I don't even think that's the case. I don't even do my Googles on her stuff, but I do not think that's the case.
You think her music still popping?
Flopping.
Like I said, the last thing I heard was that her sorry ass song she had out with the pink hair guy. The dude that's 69.
Yeah,
him.
Yeah.
Oh, that song is terrible.
Did you hear her song on the new Carter 5 with her and Wayne? They got a song together.
I was too busy listening to Brassy 3.
That's the type of music you listen to?
No, it was just a debate going on Facebook, and I try to be, abreast on these certain situations. That way I have something to talk about so I can join the conversation. So I skipped the Carter 5 and went straight to Brassy 3. Shout out to Kevin Gates. Yeah, it was a good album.
So you like his music?
Nah, as much as I like any new artist. I really don't care for new artist shit like that. So
he not new though. And
I mean, not new, but like this.
I tried.
Anybody that does not mumble rap, I actually will listen to.
So you don't like Migos? They try to say they mumble rap, but it's not mumble rap. But
it is mumble rap. They started that mumble rap shit.
Okay, and they.
Well, did they or did Future?
Listen.
Somebody started that mumble rap shit, and I can't get with it because I don't know what they're talking about. I know I sound like one of the old people, but you don't know what they're talking about.
Again, my bestie is a senior citizen at this point. So
or you just trying to hold on to what little hip hop you got left because you coming right over the hill too. Shit. You 2 years away from AARP just like me.
No, the fuck I'm not.
Just so you know.
You got me messed up. No, I'm not.
People always, some old people say, they look at you. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I am I just entered my 30s.
Mm-hmm. You probably wear pearls to the club, don't you?
Hell no, I don't even go to the club. I can't tell you the last time I went to the fucking club, but if I did go, I wouldn't wear no pearls. Although I do like my pearls. That's for church.
Now you want to look saved when you go in the sanctuary and stuff.
I am an
Raise
angel.
$10,000 worth of hill in the street.
I am an angel.
That's right, Bestie.
Let's not do that. Whose bestie are you? Drink your beer.
I only got one.
Shit, that's right.
I only got one.
And you got a lot of BFFs and shit though too.
No, I ain't never.
But
yes, I got a lot of BFFs, but I only got one bestie.
Goddamn right.
All right, case closed.
All right.
Anywho, moving on.
Nicki owes me fucking money.
Well, okay. Now that we got those bar tabs paid up, let's go on and move on to our main topic for the evening.
What it is for the people.
Well, this time around, I guess we're going to address beating the deadbeat parents in the world. We wanted to do it different because we want it from both sides. We want it from a deadbeat mama, and we want it from the deadbeat daddy perspective. Okay. Because we normally only get it from one end.
The mama.
The mama's always talking about how the dude ain't shit and all that. And let's hear about how some of the mamas ain't shit, shall we?
Then we gotta put it like that off top.
If they ain't shit, they ain't shit, dog.
They ain't shit.
And then
they not shit, but
so now, I'm gonna take the time. We have two special guests with us. At this time, I would like to introduce one of my best friends of 20 years, Mr. Rachaad Howard, who is joining us in the studio.
Hey, Shad.
What's up, everybody?
And also a good friend of mine, Miss Nicki Walker.
Hey, Nick.
A.K.A. Tennis Ball.
I thought you was going to say my government name. Ooh, I got nothing.
Girl, I wouldn't have let that
Well, now
happen.
that you told the people that it's not your government name, I probably should. Lord have mercy.
No.
So, let's go ahead and kick it off. We're going to go with the subject of deadbeat parents, absentee parents, parents that you guys can't get to interact with each other in your child's life. And maybe whatever reason that could come to mind. We're going to give you guys some questions, ad-lib as much as you want into it. Give us a good idea as to exactly, from your standpoint, is the actual problem. Other than that, they ain't shit. Because, we already came to that.
So, Nick, I'm going to ask you right off back just to kick it up. Because I know me being a single mom, but I have a girl. And I always hear that it's different when you raise a boy. It's always different when a woman can't turn a boy into a man. And, you hear that type of stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what is the biggest challenge of being a single mom raising a boy?
Honestly, everything. Because, when he was younger, it's so much harder now that he's older.
Okay.
So when he was younger, it wasn't as much of a struggle. But now that he's older, it's a lot of different things. So, Jay is a very, very intelligent child, and he's into a lot of things. Like, he plays soccer, he's in the chess club, the international club, and he's doing all different activities. Mm-hmm. So, whereas for me, I'm like, I don't know half of anything about most mates. If it's not football or basketball, I have no inclination about anything as to what goes into it.
Right.
So, going into soccer, it was like, okay, what the hell does he need? I ended up reaching out to one of my Facebook friends who's a soccer coach. And I'm like, what does he need? How do I practice when he goes to practice? What am I supposed to do with him? How does it work? And he's like, get on YouTube. You can do it this way. Whereas, Facebook at the time, my boyfriend, he's like, I'll take him out back and I'll do drills with him. It's certain things, as a woman, that I don't know anything about. Male hygiene, deodorant stuff. He's going through a weird puberty. Y'all get it. That weird stage between becoming a teenager and that preteen stuff. He's a grown boy. So, a lot of stuff, I'm like, why are you like this? And everyone's like, it's the boys do. So, this whole preteen era, I don't like it. And it's hell. It's hell on wheels right now.
Yeah.
So coming in, basically as a woman, not knowing exactly how a man goes through puberty, experiences puberty, having a lack of knowledge of sports.
Yes.
I have a question.
Emotions and stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so now dealing with this, and Jay is how old now?
10.
He's 10. So we're talking about, if not now, maybe a matter of 2 years is when he's, his little thing gonna start getting hard, and he gonna be chasing after women.
We don't even want to talk about that.
We already hit that point.
Oh, y'all, he already there, my boy.
That's why I'm like 10
my
years
man.
old. They're
we done already hit that point. He had his first dance like a month ago, and he came. I went to go pick him up, and he looking all crazy, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" I texted him like throughout during the time of the dance, like, "Are you good? Is everything all right?" He was like, "I'm fine, we're having fun." But when I went to go pick him up, because my friend picked him up, because I had to work, so I'm like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I didn't get a chance to dance with Lily," and I'm like, "Bro, I was pissed." Like.
Yo, I seen the pictures and I'm like, yo, he gotta slow down. I'm like, Jay gotta slow down. Remember I told you that on your Facebook?
Yes.
Girl, that's like a grown ass man.
He got facial hair, he got a couple chest hair. Like, my baby is literally going through puberty and it's fucking me up.
And you're a woman raising that alone.
Yes.
Like, I'm wondering,
literally, man.
You know how people often say, you know what you was getting yourself into. You already know how that was going to be. You knew that nigga was such and such when you started messing with him. Like, that is a lie, and I feel that on my behalf as well. But can you speak on that? And, like, at what point did he become inconsistent?
Okay, so with me and his dad, like, before I even found out I was pregnant, we had already broken up. Because we broke up maybe about a month before I found out I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant when I was 3.5, almost 4 months pregnant. I was on birth control, so I didn't think anything was wrong.
That's how y'all but that's how y'all normally get us. We try and get rid of y'all, and then all of a sudden y'all stomach hurt.
Never.
I ain't going.
Never.
I done got like that myself.
Okay, well that's you, but
Also,
it happens like that for real. You think you leaving a nigga, and then all of a sudden, bitch, they like, nope, God, like, here goes the baby.
No, we could be having sex with y'all raw and then splatting all in y'all as much as we want to. Second we say we done, then here y'all come. I don't feel right.
Okay, but
here's the thing. I regret that because I got on birth control when I got with him. Trust me, it was a dude that I left before I met Jay Dad that I swear to goodness that I prayed by some sheer luck of little brown baby Jesus that his sperm was strong enough to withstand all that time and that Jay was his son. But unfortunately,
So you trying to trap another dude, huh?
right. Wait a minute.
trap. No, she wasn't trying to trap. She was hoping for the bands.
It goes like this. He was the first man to ever hold Jay. He was in my recovery room at the hospital before I was. And that ain't that man's son. He saw Jay before Jay's dad did.
Wow.
Whoa.
So, like, at what point did he become inconsistent in your life?
In
Jay's life?
you got a time
Like,
frame?
at what point?
The day that I told him that I was pregnant.
So, from the fucking get-go, this nigga was, like, totally done from
God
the...
damn.
What the fuck?
He's like, I'm out.
I'm fucking out when she told him?
This is how that conversation was. I will remember this day for the rest of my days. It was May 10th, 2007. I will never forget this day because I was putting my godbrother on the bus because he was in preschool and I was on my way to work. And I'll put him on the bus, so, like, I'm calling him, like, because, we done. I ain't talked to this man in weeks.
Right.
And everybody kept telling me that I was pregnant. I'm like, bro, I'm on birth control. I am not pregnant. But I was working at a hotel. I had 2 jobs. I was working at a hotel part-time, and I kept, like, the food made me sick. Like, the smell of the food kept making me sick. Because one pregnancy test and I was pregnant. So, like, 2 days later, I get on the phone, and I'm like, he's like, what's up? And I'm like, don't get happy, because, like, this ain't that kind of conversation, bruh. Like, so I'm pregnant. I'm like, you have to, like, either you're going to be here or you're not. I'm like, because I can't do the whole back and forth thing. Because he has an older, let me throw this in here. He has an older daughter, Jay has
Wait. Hold that. Stay right there because we actually have a question leading to that. But before we ask you that, before we ask you that question, now I want to bring in Rachaad, who's on the other side of the coin.
What's up?
Who's on the other side of the coin?
Just supping everybody. I said, "Hey, Shy." He said, "Sup."
And he's on the side that we don't hear as much about. We do hear about it, but we don't hear as much.
Right. And then when we do hear about it, we think they jacking.
Yeah.
Because so many do be jacking. I do this, I do that. Like, bitch, you ain't did nothing.
But this is a man I actually can say I'm glad to call him a friend because I've watched him raise his son on his own while, battling other baby mamas, starting a entrepreneurship, doing what he had to do. And the questions I've had for him, well, one, we're going to start with the same questions we actually asked Tennis Ball. And what's the biggest challenge of being a single dad raising a son?
Well, basically the same thing what she said. It was easier when he was younger, but as he got older, now it's like...
But you can't have the same challenges because her challenges are more so because he's a boy and she's a girl.
No,
so.
I said kind of what she said. I'm going into mine. So basically it's more... I think as a dad, it's more structure. It's more you can relate to the son on a certain level.
So you knew what she was talking about when she was talking about the penis getting hard. So.
Right. Yeah. So all of that stuff.
Okay.
But I think the main thing was just financially. Even though I didn't need it, I wish I could have it, because it kind of would make things a little easier. His mom is not in the picture at all. She shows up every 6 months or something, gives false hope, false promises, things like that. I think the biggest challenge was raising him without a mom, but still teaching him that his mom is a good person per se.
So you don't bash his mom at all to him?
I didn't.
Here we go.
I didn't, but he's old enough now to understand.
How old is he now?
He's 16.
And how long have you been having him?
About 6 years now.
Okay, so since he was 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so she pretty much had him the beginning, the easier stages, as you call it?
No, he was still with my family most of the time.
Okay. So was this and I don't want to go too deep, but...
Oh, no, that's what this podcast is about.
No, I just want to know, I asked Nick, at what point did she become a deadbeat? Because she actually had to carry this baby, and she was attached to him for, 9-10 months, per se, or if she gave early delivery, who knows? But at what point did you know, look, me and my family and I were going to have to step in, and this is that?
Age 2.
And no one could have said to you, oh, you knew what you were getting into with this woman.
Right, I was 19. No, I was 19.
Could they have said that, though?
No, because you're young and dumb at 19.
Know.
Yeah. And we're fresh out of high school. Nobody's like, oh, what this person's going to be like in a few years.
Right.
So then at the end of the day, it was like she turned to drugs. She was in abusive relationships.
Okay.
He actually called me from school at 9. He was 9 at the time or whatever. So he called me from school and had me come pick him up from school. Yeah. And then I took him to the social worker place. And then they snatched him out of her household. So you stepped in and did the CPS way? Because, the courts wasn't working.
Okay.
So I had to do it that way.
Makes sense.
And that way worked better than going through courts.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel as being a single dad, it's more of a challenge to... If you needed to get assistance, if you needed help via the state or the government, do you think it's more hurdles that you have to jump because it's not something that's as frequently seen?
No. When I first got custody of him, the social worker gave me all that stuff. They helped me get the food share and the insurance and all that stuff until I didn't need it no more.
So it's not a bias in it
no.
As far as the state of Wisconsin goes?
No.
If you do your legwork, you can get it done.
Right.
Because I do see a lot of men saying, oh, they won't do nothing for me. I'm a man, and they won't, they're not going to even listen to me. I can't get joint custody. I can't get this. And they just...
No, you got to put the work in if you really want it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tennis Ball, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, prior when you were talking, you were stating about his other siblings, Jay's other siblings. Okay. Does your child ever have questions about the absence of their parents? I mean, the parent, I should say. And if he does, what do you tell him about his father as far as his questions about why he's not there and why he's maybe dealing with his other kids more than he's dealing with him?
You know what, Jay? Honestly, and as smart as he is, and I've waited for it because, like, when he was younger, that's part of why I moved back up here from Arkansas is because, like, he kept asking about his dad. Like, now that he's older and he sees and he's understanding, he doesn't give a damn about dude. Like, he really, sometimes, like, Jay has his own phone. So, and that's another reason why he has his phone. So, if dude doesn't want to go through me, he can go directly to Jay. He can call him, text him at any time of the day, night, 24/7, 365. His phone bill stays paid. So he doesn't have to go through me. So Jay, like, I'll ask him occasionally, like, because his grandmother on his dad's side, like, she'll call him or text him, or his uncle will, and I'll just randomly, I'm like, you talk to your dad? He's like, no. I'm like, well, did you want to give him a call? No, I'm good. Just like that. And he like no other questions afterwards, or I've said to him once before, I'm like, well, do you want to go by your dad's house? He's like, no. If my sister's there, I will, but other than that, like, he don't mess with dudes. I think he's gotten to the point now where, like, because my boyfriend, he's basically been around Jay off and on for 4 years now. So
he stepped into that role?
Right.
He has a better relationship, and he's been around Jay more in 4 years than Jay's dad has in 10 years.
Wow.
He knows more about Jay's everyday life, the things that he likes, his friends, the girl that he likes, the things that he likes to do in his room, what his room looks like.
Stepdaddy lives matter.
Yeah, like Jay doesn't even really care anymore, and I'm sure one day he will potentially ask me, but, like, as of right now, he doesn't even, the care isn't there anymore.
And
where it was, like, maybe 5 years ago.
And that's at Jay being 10 years old. So now Rachaad, with Skylar being 16 years old, has that question ever arose? Does he have questions about the absence of his mom, or where his mom is, or does he have other siblings that she deals with?
No, he doesn't question it, because when she does contact him, those every couple of months, he talks to her, talks to his siblings. He keeps in contact with his other family on that side, though.
He does.
So everybody but the mom.
Yeah. So basically, he'll just ask them, like, how she's doing or where she's at or whatever. But they actually started to step up and help me out with stuff for him. So they just came out the blue. Like, they actually just, within, like, the last year, they haven't always been around. So, like, within the last year, they started being more involved. So, yeah, he doesn't ask about them. I just tell him, like, you know, that's still your mom at the end of the day. You can love her or hate her all you want. Like, you're 16 now. You can decide if you want to go see her or not. That's on you. So.
Okay. Well, now we're going to get a whole lot deeper and a whole lot realer. That's what this podcast is about. And, Rachaad, I'm going to start with you, and then I would like for you to follow up, Tennis Ball.
Can you please stop fucking calling? Like, I know that's her name and shit, but Tennis Ball just... Stop. Girl, that is not your damn name.
This is my friend, okay?
I don't give a damn.
My
That's
friend.
my friend, too.
My friend.
That's how he addresses me, like,
boo.
like, what up, Tennis Ball? Like,
At least
what's
I
up,
say
man?
Nick. I say boo. I say babe.
Well, I ain't call her.
say
Then
love.
you, when you want to talk to her, you call her what you
Well,
want to call her. But when I'm
shit.
talking to her, I'll call my
Damn.
friend what I call. She
Tennis
might think
ball.
something. She might think something's up if I call her Nicki.
I
I'm
don't
like,
call
hey,
her
Nicki, Nicki, what you doing? Then she gonna be like, wait, who on the phone? Like we being tapped. Yeah, right.
I can't go there because she way past Tennis Ball status with that fro. Like, I'm taking hair goddamn advice from her. No, that's not a burn. That's a love. Like, me and her, we discussed. She giving me all type of hair advice all through the. Come on, that's my girl.
Here we go.
Anyway,
Shout out to Real Bar Talk health tips.
shit, the hair. When it comes to the hair, I was ready to give the fuck up, and she knew that.
Y'all can catch it. Y'all can catch
We're on
it.
topic,
Right.
but yeah, okay. Go
Y'all
ahead,
can catch
Nick.
us at your local hair show. All right, Rachaad, this question goes for you, and then it will be followed up by the counterpart, Tennis Ball. With the absence of the other parent, Rachaad.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about this, and I want you to be as honest as possible. With the absence of the other parent, has the stress of being a single father ever got to the point as to where you begin to resent your child? Being in that position, having to deal with all the stress, having to deal with all the running back and forth to schools and doing it by yourself, has it ever got to the point of where you started to resent your child?
Resent Skeeting and her that night.
Well, yeah, but it also can make you resent, even the child being here. I mean, as parents, we do get to that point where we get stressed out and like, why am I even a parent? Why am I even doing this? Or why am I doing this alone for one, but why am I wish I had never even had kids at this age. Have you ever been at that point, Rachaad?
No. Because I feel it's my responsibility.
Not in them things.
And
if he feel like that, like the fuck, but no, I'm
shout out to never pulling out.
Just pull out that weak as a bitch. Like you gonna ask him that shit, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Then I regret being one of them.
No. I never met.
My watch.
Damn.
We ain't gonna get on you. You just settle down over there.
I'm quiet.
But my father was never around. I never met him, so I feel like this is what needs to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. I never resented it one bit, not with any of my kids. So, like, I even take care of my daughter pretty much full time. But I don't mind that at all either.
So you're a full-time father times 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Then you can add in the rest and
the rest of the 7 of them that he get. Yeah.
Well, it's his own business.
Yeah, that is his own business.
Tennis ball. Same question to you.
No deadbeat,
with the absence of the other parent, has the stress of being a single mom ever got to the point where you may have started to resent Jay?
No. It's basically the same thing because, like I said, from jump, dude wasn't shit. So I knew from the beginning. The thing about it is, so people always say, well, what was he like before y'all had kids? He has an older daughter, and he was a great father to her. But I didn't want to have a kid with him because he wasn't really shit like that. Like, he was cool, but then to where, like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely having kids with this nigga. But, like, no, because Jay, at the time that I had Jay, I was reckless as fuck. Like, I was living wrong. So I still say this to this day, like, Jay, he saved my life because the shit that I was doing at 19, almost 20, I probably should have been dead a couple of times for situations I put myself in. I was reckless as hell. So, like, at the time when I did pass him, like, I wasn't necessarily, like, sad and depressed. Like, I was somewhat just because it's like, I am pregnant with a son. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Mind you, I wasn't raised by my mom or near my parents, basically. As 5 and up, I was raised by my grandparents. So it's like, I know what it's like not to have your parents around. So it's like, I'm not going to allow him to feel any way about that. Like, I've tried my absolute best. And not even, like, Jay's not a spoiled kid. He don't get every damn thing that he asks for. Nigga asked me for an iPhone 8 Plus the other day. Bruh, you're going to get this bubbly 6, and you're going to be happy. But, like, I don't spoil him outrageously. I don't do any extra to feel what his dad isn't doing. It's more so, I know what it's like not to have my parents around. So I'm going to be the best mother that I can be for him. Just let him know, like, regardless. Dude may not be here, but you have people who love you and take care of you.
Okay. So, let's see. I do have one more question. I have 2 more questions. One for Rachaad specifically, and he has to get out of here. So I'm going to let him answer this question, and he can be about his merry way.
Because I have to go get my son, because that's my duty, because I'm the only parent to go get him.
And things like this. See, that's why we talk about it, because now he can't even do his full interview because he's the full-time parent.
No.
So, Rachaad.
Ladies, email him if you want it.
First of all, I have a girlfriend. Y'all settle down over there.
Girl. So you got a girlfriend.
And if
Okay,
she
Rachaad.
fucking hear that, she's gonna punch you to it.
Real quick, just want to know, does it anger you that the deadbeat persona is mostly given to women?
Yeah, because you
Like-
never fucking hear it towards women. Like, and then,
What bothers you the most?
I mean, because I feel, in a sense, it might be equal, but, you know, we don't know the statistics on that.
Because a lot of men don't speak out. Do you think
Yeah,
that's the reason?
'cause you don't hear
why?
us,
Or
you know.
we don't hear y'all's
Yeah.
voice, right?
Yeah, we don't brag about being single dads.
So,
you know what I'm
at
saying?
what point do you think you guys should speak out and actually go for your rights, or do you
No, we
have
don't
any
need to.
advice to anybody? Like you just said that you have two. What did you do to even get that to? Because like I said before, a lot of people give a lot of excuses and they say, man, I can't do it. It's the woman's state, especially here in Wisconsin. So
Well,
what advice would you give to men out there, basically, is what I'm
my
saying.
situation is different. I started my own business because I wanted freedom. I wanted
Okay.
freedom to be more with my kids. I wanted to be freedom to party more. I wanted freedom to like do everything I wanted.
Yeah.
So it all worked out.
the
So
dream.
I'm able to be
I'm
at
trying to be like
everything
you
for my kids
in a couple weeks.
So I don't have to like
In a couple weeks.
I don't have to call in to work
shit
to
sound
go to my
good.
kids' field trip. I don't have to
Right.
like, you know,
Right.
cancel stuff. Like
Right.
so that's just kind of the way I do things. And basically for my daughter, her mom didn't have a choice because she wasn't able to get her to school or pick her up or help me pay for daycare. So therefore,
So you were doing
give
all
her
of that
to
on
me.
your own.
Yes. So
And
I'll
then-
keep her full time.
So it really wasn't a fight. She didn't get put up.
Oh, it
she
was a
just-
fight.
She was still fighting even though she knew she was
Yeah,
unfit.
exactly.
Okay.
Not that she's my daughter's mom not unfit. The son's mom, she is unfit.
Oh, okay. See, I'm getting them mixed
But
up. I'm sorry.
the daughter's
y'all.
mom, she's just bitter and just doesn't want to accept
Okay.
that I can do more for my daughter than
Okay.
her. And so that's all that was about.
Bitter
Man,
word.
I
I
would
know
be
all
happy.
too
Like
well.
you can do what, Nick? On what? Like you can do what?
Yeah.
You can alleviate all of this stress.
Yeah.
You hear me, Nick?
Well, having said that, we will
Uh-huh.
we will excuse Rachaad Howard. We'd like to thank him for joining
Thank
the Real
you,
Bar
Shy.
Talk.
Thank y'all for having me.
Y'all
Hope
will
you'll come
probably
back.
see
Oh, and
him.
whenever you guys get a chance, check out his entrepreneurship /
Rep
GoFundMe for all his
Wisconsin.
kids.
Rep Wisconsin Apparel.
I don't need-
yeah.
I don't need no money.
He had us on them shirts a few years back.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's right. Everybody in Milwaukee.
That's right.
Well, check out his website at
repwisconsin.com. repwisconsin.com.
That's right.
Check
Get
out
it
them
in.
Brewers shirts because you're going to need some Brewers gear. Playoffs, baby. Brew crew.
Yeah.
And we allow that when you are our friend.
Oh, well, tennis
have
ball,
us
we do
like
have
that.
one more question
We
for
do
you.
have one more question, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, is there any issues between y'all as to why the other party may not want to do right by their child? Meaning,
I won't
was
give
there...
him no butt.
Huh?
I won't give him no butt.
So, because you won't sleep with him, he won't deal with his child. So, technically, you could really remedy this whole situation by not
fuck
being
that.
selfish.
She ain't gotta put
and
out
just go
for him to
ahead
take
and
care of
give-
you. Man, get the fuck out of here. I wish I
15
would.
minutes would
Suck
save
my
all of
baby
this
dick.
conversation.
Suck
if
my
you just
baby
go,
daddy dick in order for him to
all
take care
I'm
of his
saying
child.
is let's look at it from a different
Let's
perspective.
not look
here.
at it from that.
We're doing it for the kids.
Here you go.
Because if my baby mama said I would take you off child support if you just, I probably wouldn't. I couldn't stomach it.
I was
But-
about to say, like, okay, I'll take you
I'd
off of
rather
child
pay the
support
money.
if you eat my pussy from here on, from time to time.
I shoot myself in the head.
Okay, then, or if you just pipe me down once a month,
Wouldn't happen.
that'll take the child support away.
Ugh.
Exactly. So if you can't even stomach that shit, like, I don't even want to think
First
about
off,
that
I'm
shit.
talking to my friend, okay? I want to see if she would just spread her cheeks, then, you know, this whole situation could be...
Nick. Shut
No.
that
So
Exactly.
I'm never gonna lie. Like when I first moved back up here, I was definitely because I was trying to like didn't want to like get into like anything with anybody else. That was the thing I was already familiar with, even though it was like tainted as far as like my baby daddy. So like, we gotta keep it. So we definitely knocking them things around for a little minute, and he was coming around.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Like I was tired of it. That's when he peaced out. And now, because James' younger siblings as well. Well, and they're all by the same woman. So, like, all three is James' siblings are by the same woman. So, she made a post last week. It was like, oh, and you won't take a dog ass back. He say, fuck kids. And me being me, I commented, I said, yep, that sounds about right. Now she's seeing what I have been going through, but she's been living with him. So it's like, you ain't no different. But now you see, like, because if you stop fucking with him, if you stop not being available to him or being some type of benefit to him, he done. And it's fucking kids too.
That's fucked up.
That's real fucked up. But at the same time, it's like, you really not even gonna know that type of shit. And that's the reason for my question when I said, at what point did you see? Because a lot of people love to fucking throw that you knew who he was before, and just off your statement alone, you did not know. And a lot of women don't know. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what you're signing up for. And I think a lot of dudes need to be real with themselves too. And they don't know what they want to get into. They don't know. They just know this is some pussy. This is some good pussy. Oh, it feel good. And, you know, but if I nut in this pussy, it's a baby that, or I can get an STD, but I'm still going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his ass trapped. Fucker.
So, yeah. In that instance, you can't even roll with no shit like that.
So really,
I don't wish no bad on him, but fuck you.
sheesh. You don't wish no bad on fucking. Okay.
I don't wish no bad on mine either, but at the same time,
like, I got a whole table of shit that I can put some stuff together, and I wanted something to go down. You know, I can call on the ancestors and they'll take care of it real quick.
She crazy. She crazy.
Well, my co-host, you know, has some stuff to weigh in on this topic.
I mean, I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to get too deep into it, but I can also, you know, speak on, it's not so much of a deadbeat, it's I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it type situation with me. There's no sense of urgency when it comes to what I'm saying needs to be done, whether or not it's getting her to my mom. Like, my baby has never seen a daycare. You know, I said once I did find out I was pregnant, and just like you, I'm like, shit, I found out, and it's like, shit, strap on, be prepared, and do what you got to do, because I was 16 weeks. So going into that, you know, I separated myself from him thinking that I was getting away, but it's like, okay, yeah, you ain't going nowhere, bitch. You pregnant. So, you know, the same thing, but like I said, it's a sense of, there's no sense of urgency. I have to jump and bump and figure out what I'm going to do. There's never a sitter, like, on deck. It's sweet sometimes, you know, with my family or my cousins. There's only two, but stuff like that, they can be there and they can't. But I can't call her dad and be like, you know, can you get her real quick, or can you get her tonight, or there's none of that. Because, you know, he does have his situation and he does have someone else, and I'm just not comfortable with that shit. You know, and people be telling me I need to get over that shit. How do you feel about that, Nick? Like, if Jay was 2 years old and your dude has somebody and, you know, they're in a relationship and you got to send Jay over there with her.
Oh, been there, girl. Been there. Like, literally.
See what I'm saying?
People did not understand it because so supposedly they were married. They had a whole ceremony, but then I heard that it wasn't they weren't legally married. They just had a ceremony because they were fake Muslim at one time too, so I don't know.
Nah.
But I had to.
Some ain't clean in the water. If y'all ain't married, you're not getting my child.
Yeah, so it was the most difficult thing in the world because, like, lady, the way that you talk to me, I don't know how you would expect me to want my child to be around you. Like, this, me and this girl, like, we was coming to blows because he swore up and down that I wanted him. I'm like, I don't want no parts of him. I just fucked around and got pregnant. Like, this wasn't, I didn't want him. Trust me. Believe me. I still don't want no parts of him. If you could take the DNA out, I would. But it's like, you were there was no inclination. There was nothing in me that's like, you know what? I feel absolutely okay sending my baby over here.
Right.
Y'all.
Right.
I don't know what y'all house life is like. I don't know how she is with her daughter. I don't know, like, because you don't like how you're going to treat my child over my dead body.
You know what? And like, I said some shit. I just said, if y'all not married, y'all can't. I take that back. I'm not that anal with it. What I will say is, you know, as long as y'all not doing nothing toxic around the child, y'all not arguing, y'all not doing nothing that me and mine not doing at the house, then I'm okay as long as he's mindful about that. And as long as it's not different bitches, too. If it's her, like, nigga, nah. You know, that's not gonna happen. If it's you and you have a solid foundation with this one person, then okay, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? But, again, I look at shit like the other person has a child as well, your significant other. You can do for that child what's stopping you from doing from yours. Have you experienced that?
Oh, yeah. I like, as a whole, like, it's the whole scenario is just, it's so rough. And I think, like, people on the outside looking in, especially, like, I can't speak on how single fathers react or how they feel. I can only speak on
that's why we had Rachaad to kind of touch on it.
Yeah, and people always assume that, like, as a mother, we're doing something or we're saying something or we're provoking them or just making the situation harder when, honestly, like, anybody can tell you, like, I'm a cool-ass mama. Like, I'm cool as fuck. I'm cool about half of everything. But it's like, I don't feel like if they're being disrespectful to me, how do you expect me to think you're going to treat my child? Because that's me. That is me right there. So how do you expect me to feel about you treating them? And, like, with Dum, he's just, like, I literally just had to go through with Jay telling me that he was over some woman's house and he didn't want to be there. And I'm like, he's 10. So it's like, he's vocal. He's like, I don't know her. I don't want to be over here. I want to go home. And it's like, and you're not respecting that. So it's like, bro, what are you really, you're just getting your child to say that you're not. Just so that if somebody asks when last time you seen that, oh, come, I had them like last week. But it's not really, it's just for show more than anything. It pisses me off. And that's part of why I don't have no more kids now.
Right. I mean, but I still see things that you say that you want one. I ain't gonna front like I don't want one because, like I said, stepdaddy lies do matter. And when you have somebody,
but it's like fear. It's my general fear. Like, I was on the same birth control for 10 years.
I promise. Get off that shit. No, get off the birth control. I got some natural remedies. We can talk about the natural remedies.
She about to have you knocked up talking about natural remedies.
No, she won't get knocked up.
You gonna be knocked up next week.
She will be the fuck
and
okay.
Just so you know,
my baby is 2 and I haven't had one, and I seen some bullshit on Facebook where the girl, I think you seen that too, Nick, where the girl was doing like, girl, like, get the fuck back. I'm not talking about no shit like that, but natural.
If any of y'all get knocked up listening to this podcast, it was not.
If you get knocked up
doing the natural herbs and berries and stuff, no.
I'm definitely about my natural herbs and berries. So
Thank you. Me too.
Any tennis ball coming the next year, it was definitely planned.
Exactly.
So, it ain't no more accidents. The next one is definitely gonna be a planned child. But like, it's just as a whole, seriously, like as a whole, like. Fear has been, and like there in the past 10 years, there ain't been no oops, maybe possible, I think, because like didn't want to put myself in a position where, like, I'm not going through this shit again. I'll be damned. And I told my current nigga, I'm like, it's gonna be over in no dead body. I'll kick you out.
So now,
straight up,
as we come to a close on this subject, let me ask you a question. What advice would you give to somebody else who may not be as strong as you and Rachaad, have it all together as you and Rachaad, and is really having a tough time with this whole deadbeat thing and being a single parent? What advice would you give a primary parent whose secondary parent is nowhere around?
I don't have it all together. Let me correct that. I did not. I did not have it all together. Like, Jay is on an overnight field trip right now, and it is storming here right now.
I seen the picture. You was about to cry, fam. You was like, he's happy, I'm not. I just loved it. Like, go have fun, nephew. Damn.
Feel my anxiety because my baby is gone, and I'm not in contact with him. So, like, I just had, like, hit this trip for one night. $80 just for the one night for him to go to this overnight event. He is like, I work 2 jobs now, 2 different jobs, because I have a house. Like, I'm a homeowner, so I got mortgage and everything. But then I also have a child who is very gifted and is into a lot of things. So on top of me working one job just to take care of my bills and stuff, I work another job just for my own personal stuff. Like, just for me to be able to still somewhat have a life. So I don't have it all together, but I will say, like, Jay is my motivation to do any and everything. I can't fail because he doesn't have anybody else to pick up the pieces.
Right.
He doesn't have somebody that he can rely on to be like, oh, well, my mom is sick, so can you do this for me? Mama can't get sick. Mama can't miss work. Or be able to take vacations. Because, like, I planned so many vacations for myself, and it falls through because I don't have anyone
doing that
bridge
shit.
the gap.
I can't even get a simple weekend date in. Like, I'll plan some shit and really want to do some shit, but when it boils down to it, I be so geeked up, and I'm hoping that, you know, the 3 that I have on deck will be available, but when all 3 of them are tied up, it's like, damn.
It's so
but then her whole daddy is right there, and you can't say, come get your daughter. Like, it's not that simple. So, yeah, I feel you, Nick.
It's been stressful, but, like, I've told my friends, I have friends who are single mothers whose kids are younger than mine, and I'm telling them, like, you have to take it one day at a time. Like, I didn't figure all this out overnight. It's taken 10 years for me to get it somewhat together. And now I'm to the point where I'm like, thankfully, Jay is older and he's more self-sufficient. So he's getting to the point where if I need to run to the store down the street, I don't have to pack him up and take him. He knows how to set the alarm on the house.
I'm there. Like, I'm there right now. I can't do that.
Everything.
I can't do that. I'm still packing up, taking her to go.
And like
it's not that easy.
It's a one day at a
or
time.
You could just turn the TV on and put on, you know.
Or turn on my Facebook Live and be like,
watch my
y'all watch Poodle real quick.
And
then I'll be on the news, and then y'all will be seeing my ass getting locked the fuck up, and then it'll be my bestie stupid. I'm looking for a new co-host.
Unfortunately, for the sake of the podcast, that would be the case. But it would be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing personal.
Shut your ass up. You suggest me do that shit in it. No, I would never, ever. But yeah, it'd be instances like that where you just gotta forfeit the whole situation. Like, well, shit, fuck it. I can't do it, or I can't go, or I can't. It's just always a sacrifice when it comes to us that don't have the active fathers. That's the fact of the matter, or the other way around, as we heard from Shad. So it's an ongoing cycle that we really need to wrap around. And, you know, where does it end? Do you ever see him coming, like, let's just say, you know, he's 10, Jay gonna be grown in 8 years. Do you foresee your baby daddy coming to his graduation?
You talking about high school? High school graduation?
He don't even know what his homeroom teacher name is right now.
In middle school.
So,
I mean, people do change. Just being optimistic, people do change. I'm not saying that's the
honestly,
case, but
I would hope so. But just the way that he is, I think he'd do it for show more than anything. He would do it more for.
I hate a motherfucker who Facebook
my son graduated from high school with honors, and then I be there to uppercut him and push him out the way because if you didn't do this, I get it.
that's cold. Uppercut?
That's real.
Yeah, because he's taller than me. Dude's 6'4", so like it would have to be an uppercut.
Yeah.
I'm at the chin check his ass. So.
No.
Yeah.
Hit him in his chin, make his teeth click.
Yeah, I hope, like, I constantly, that is my constant prayer and my constant hope is that one of these days, because Jay is a dope kid. Like, even if I wasn't his mom, like, he's just a generally a dope ass kid. And it's like, you're missing out on some exciting shit. So when this dude is an animator, I'm gonna send y'all some links for his YouTube channel. And he's like literally, he makes videos. He's a little animator. So I'm super proud of my baby.
Tell him make sure he advertises a Real Bar Talk podcast, the Milwaukee's Realest podcast.
You will not subscribe to this because
I said advertise. We need all the advertising we can get. All advertising. Just tell them to shout us out. Just tell them to shout us out. Let the kids, watch.
Send me a picture, and I'm gonna have him put it as an intro to one of his videos.
That's why I fucks with you. That's why I fucks with you.
It is. I'm gonna have him. Wait, he not home. I just looked at his room and it's dark, and I'm sad again.
Well, as you go cry in the corner, we would like to thank you for joining Real Bar Talk.
Don't cry. Don't go cry in the corner, boo. I'm right here.
No,
and you can always reach out to me.
This wine and take me like the hottest of baths because it's storming here, and yeah.
And then call Bay over and have another one. Then we can have part 2
next. He's on his way back because I need another bottle of wine. Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us. We'll make sure we keep it Kaci.
Shout out to you. I appreciate you being here and being real with us.
No problem. No problem at all. God damn.
If we ever need you again, I am going to probably do a real natural hair episode. Tori ain't gonna be feeling that one. Look, he looking.
Yeah,
like,
my first off, my hair natural too. Wait, nah, ain't no lace fronts over here. No, I ain't got no weave in my head.
I do. I got a wig on with a hat.
And then she talking about natural hair, and she got wig in her head, but yet mine is natural.
We talk about protective styles all the time. What you say, Nikki? Nikki taught me. What you say, boo?
Look, keep it protected as long as possible.
Thank you.
Only reason my edges look like this is because of the humidity, all right?
Shut your ass up. Thank you, Nikki.
Thanks, tennis ball.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, that was fun.
That was really nice. Like, that went very well. I did not cry.
No, we thought you was.
Fuck that shit. I said
Looked like your allergies was flaring up for a second.
My eyes did. I thought somebody was cutting onions and shit when we got kind of real, but fuck that shit. I'm not gonna cry over it. Like I said, I have been strong thus far. Hearing them talk about it, it did, kind of, I've been strong thus far. So it ain't nothing that I can't do. And like I said, step parents' lives matter, because when you have someone else that actually steps up to the plate and they're willing to go the whole way with you, it makes it all the way better.
And technically, it's a great honor being this. I'm a step parent.
It's a village.
Been a step parent before. It's really a great honor in it.
It is,
especially when someone who's not of your own blood, treats you like you are.
Right. When they
come to you and tell you stuff, even before they tell their biological parent. Yeah, that happens all the time. Because I got a stepson. So,
okay, and I get it too. So or whatever. It's always, and then come back.
No, we trying to keep up with me.
Yeah, and then come back. Yeah. She don't even tell me come back, but
So it's like, he comes to me and talks to me about the girls and stuff. And,
he does. Mm-hmm. What does he tell you?
I can't disclose the information.
Get the fuck out of here. Say, what does he tell you? One thing. What has he told you?
Well, since we have an audience in the background.
What did he tell you? One thing. What should stepson tell you? What did your bonus son tell you?
Bonus son. That's my boy.
Yeah, they call it when you get married to
Okay,
someone.
let's see.
We no longer we
One
lose
thing
the
he told me
step.
that
we
he
say
wouldn't.
this is our bonus.
One
like,
thing he told me that he
something
wouldn't
good.
tell his mama.
Oh, what? What?
I'm trying to think.
You ain't trying to fucking think. You trying to lie, nigga. What did he tell you?
Look, I plead the fifth because she down here and she listening. That's right.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Ain't no out of sight, out of mind.
That's how I take it.
See, this is how y'all get it so y'all don't get no more information out of them. Y'all want, you know.
That's the fucked up thing right there. Like, you keeping secrets.
Anything that he would tell me, normally I would tell my wife. Normally.
But
so some things I just got to handle my own.
Is he having sexual thoughts or something?
Oh, if he was having sexual,
so what is it so big that you can't say?
Look, first off, mind your own business.
All right. I just want to know what be going on in the minds of these young men because I have a young daughter, and when she gets there, I need to know what they're thinking.
You know, how do you really approach them, though? Like, when your stepson come up to you, you've been watching them grow and taking care of them, and when you met him, he was just all about video games and stuff, and then he turn around and he telling you, you know, how he got the girls at school, and then you look in his notebook, and he talking about this, how you get the hoes, and... He
said hoes? Or you saying hoes? Wait a minute, because that's a whole nother level now. We need to go back to the drawing board if he's saying hoes off top, because ain't no hoes in elementary school. We gonna let
this is real bar talk. Let's be real. Yes, that's exactly what my boy said.
Hoes.
Look, I don't condone the use of vulgar language. He was thoroughly punished after he said that.
In elementary school, hoes.
He was thoroughly
going from toddler to toddler.
He was thoroughly punished after he said, I talked to him for a good 15 minutes, and he understands what he said was wrong.
He said hoes, and he meant hoes.
Ain't like he called them no bitches.
So what? What was it? So that's what the fuck?
I'm just saying, ain't like he called them bitches.
So bitches is worse or better? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's all how you look at it.
Man, listen.
Observation is everything in this.
Oh, bitches, all that shit should not be discussed in elementary school. So I don't even want to know.
This ain't
and
when
that's
we
what
was
I'm
in school.
saying.
Come
like,
on now. This
exactly. So on the other side, it's like, what do I tell my baby to do at it? Because in elementary school, there was no such thing as a hoe for us. But now a hoe, like,
that was back in the 80s.
Fuck
this
you,
is
nigga.
2018.
That's you. That is not me. Back in the 90s, there were no hoes in middle school.
Well, they are
and not. Okay, I won't speak for the 5th grade. I won't talk about the bitches that got titties and shit. Like, that got to, get felt up on. And they still not hoes. This is going
so because
way
they developed
too
early.
far.
You the one started it.
Because I was developed
you decided to drink all that Carlos Rossi. Now you tripping.
Listen.
Look, let's go ahead.
I'm fucking saying is,
oh my goodness,
I don't
here
think
she go.
a little kid should be labeled a hoe. Whether or not they developed or not developed, y'all are not hoes. And we going to have an episode about that too.
We're going to have an episode about that. Now, what we going to talk about that for?
Little kids not being hoes, because we got to touch back on this.
Well, we're not saying they're actual hoes. The term was, this is how you get the hoes. Look, this is what I say, blame on all y'all mumble rap music, because that's all the kids can understand.
Now you blaming them?
Yeah, the right mumble rap, because all you can understand when them, they be hoe, bitch, hoe, bitch.
We gonna listen to the uncles and the step uncles and the goddaddies and all of them. Them
the worst ones. What the fuck is you talking about?
That's the ones we putting a focus on. We are putting a focus on the people who y'all choose to name goddaddy and god uncle and uncles, and this is what they.
What the hell is a god uncle?
Shit, you gonna figure out.
Look,
shit.
You ain't drinking no more of that shit when you come over here.
No,
you gonna start being sober when you.
I'm saying, people say that's your uncle and that they don't really be an uncle. Here you go taking a fucking shot and telling me what I'm not going to do.
Because I can control
and I ain't had
mine.
not one shot.
No, you ain't had control. You just drank a half a gallon of Carlos Rossi right in front of me.
That shit been gone, nigga.
Yeah, it been gone because you drank it. I was sitting there watching. When you came in, you was dragging that thing on the ground. You going to twirl that thing on your finger when you leave. Yeah, I know.
Who bestie are you? Is this what it's coming down to? Episode, goddamn.
We are entering last call. The time where we spotlight a place in the Milwaukee.
As I motherfucking pour up while he's talking shit.
You almost felt that chair leaning over to get. Look, we about to spotlight a place in Milwaukee so we can get the alcoholic out of here. If you're ever in the Milwaukee area, we would like to suggest at Real Bar Talk that you take time and you would go visit a place called
Jizzles. If anyone knows Jizzles, Jizzles has been known for their great hood
nachos.
Staple food, I would say. Not just the nachos. They do have great nachos. They have great Philly cheesesteaks. They have great cheeseburgers, french fries, all of that. One thing that kind of I was thinking about, I said, Jizzles has always been on 46 in Burleigh.
Forever.
For fucking ever. Like, I go to Jizzles, I'm on Burleigh, I go there, or I go, I'm going to Jizzles. Well, Jizzles moved, just to let everybody know, our listeners, Jizzles they closed already on Burleigh. They're shut down for service, but they did move to 2611 West State Street. Okay, so they're now on 26th and State, next to another local business that I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all frequent. I won't shout that out because that'll be later.
What is that, Ricky's on State?
Ow!
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Next to the Shaky Booty Club. So now I can go and watch them shake their booty. And then
they won't be
turn around and get some nachos.
open. I'm pretty sure they won't be open.
Oh, but I can get some nachos, then go watch them shake their booty.
Oh,
Now I wonder if I could take the nachos in with the.
I just want a burger.
But then I don't really want gonorrhea-infested nachos, so I eat them outside.
So you trying to say that the bitches at Ricky's have gonorrhea? See, now I'm not gonna shout them hoes out because that was just nasty.
This is Milwaukee's
Listen,
realest
we
podcast. Let's keep it
we
real.
are not.
Ricky's
put
really
that
does not
shit
have the most
together.
upper echelon. It's a great time to go.
Listen,
Look, I done heard about all sorts of stuff going on in that back. One of my friends actually got offered the $20 hookup, if you know what I mean, the $20 hookup. We was in there drinking, partying, throwing singles and stuff. She came up and offered him that $20 proposition.
Head. She was gonna suck his dick for $20.
She might have did the whole thing for $30. But
And fuck.
I'm just saying.
You cheap ass bitch. That
Hey,
shit
man, you
is
gotta get it how you live. You can't knock everybody hustle.
But anyway,
Undercut the competition. That's what I was always told.
listen, for last call, y'all go to Jizzle's new location, 2611 West State Street. The phone number is 414-447-9780 in case you guys have any questions. But for me, like I said, Jizzles was the place for me on Burleigh. They've moved. Visit them. Keep supporting black business, baby.
Tell them Real Bar Talk sent you.
Real Bar Talk podcast. If you have any questions or concerns, I really do. I did want to reach out to our listeners because we did have a few people that did want to say some things off air. So I do want to tell you that you can contact me at Real Bar Talk Podcast, MKE@gmail.com. That is Real Bar Talk Podcast @gmail.com.
Okay. So I guess we've come to the end of another episode, being episode 3. Anybody that wants to view this, like this, or share this, please go to Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, or Google Play.
And also the Facebook group.
Real Bar Talk Facebook group. And wait, I heard we was on Twitter.
We are on Twitter.
So y'all go follow us at... I say y'all go follow us at...
Real Bar Talk Podcast, MKE, on Twitter.
We're going to be checking one of our members in the rehab pretty soon.
No, we're not.
Thank y'all for joining Real Bar Talk. We are signing out. Make sure your next drink is a cold one.
That's
we out.
right.